As I started losing heart, I began to recall a memory from when I was small. Murder party. It is just all murder parties, huh? Yeah, I really am the murder VTuber. All I stream is murder games, where I murder people, or I watch people die. It was from when I was very young. I had unfortunately seen a scary occult movie on TV, and for a while, I hadn't even been able to go to the bathroom by myself. Me, when I was at my babysitter's and I saw fucking it. I heard one of the seagulls cuss you out as you exited the menu and entered the game. Fuck you, sea cat. A Leo Death Game Mastermind rebrand when? Ain't I already that? That old bastard gave an exaggerated laugh and said this. Hey, Battler. It's a party that happens to have murder, yeah. It's a corpse party. Why'd you think they go to all the trouble to make movies like this about demons and the occult and such? I am working on getting my next model outfit ready, which is like a mafia boss one. And I will have dual wield guns. So I will probably make like a Dante color palette whenever I get that model done. And I think after that, I wanted to hold a... I think too far ahead into the future, and I know like half of this stuff won't happen until next year. But I like thinking about what I do next. And I was thinking whenever I get the Mafia Boss model worked on, I don't even have the design like drawn out yet. Well, I do have it drawn out yet, but it's like just me drawn out. I need to like commission someone to like draw it for me so I can have it be like a ref for like a model. But I think I have an idea on who I want to commission for the model. It'll cost $500 just for the art alone, so I probably won't get it done until next year. But I was thinking once that model comes out, or maybe when the model that is getting rigged right now, once that one is done, I might be doing another event on the Discord and stuff, if any of you remember. It depends on how long you've been around, but the upcoming model that I'm getting rigged right now, the design was done by Goldie, and that was like an event that I ran for like designing an outfit. And I was thinking of doing that again for a future model. But I think I was going to come up with like a general theme for it. But it also was going to be like an open-ended theme. Like one of the things I was thinking was like for themes, it would be something very open-ended, like dark or light or like just like you can take dark and go any way with that, I think. Like you can have it be like gothic, you can have it be like horror, you can have it be punk, you can have it be emo, stuff like that. Dark, Elio's brain. But yeah, that was one thing I was thinking of doing in the future whenever the next model is done, or when I start having the art for the Mafia Boss one to be worked on. I was thinking of holding that event again. We all need to wear maid uniforms when you get the Mafia outfit. Yes! I'm looking forward to it. That one's gonna be like a lot more masculine than the current two models I have right now. So, and it's like Arctic. I had the idea, like, it's not, I've talked about it before, but like each model, as you can see, this one has like regular rabbit ears, and my old Rosetown one has floppy ears. Each model, I want to base like the ears on a different type of rabbit. And so for the Mafia one, I was thinking an Arctic hare. And Arctic hares are like in the cold. And then I was like, what's something cold? And I was thinking like a Mafia boss with like a really nice, fluffy, warm jacket. But yeah. Why do you think they go to all the trouble to make movies like this about demons of the occult and such? It's because they don't exist. Something that ridiculous can't be found anywhere on the planet. Looks inside Elio's head. Me, why? It's already really dark in his head. I'm afraid what would happen if the rest of the head is dark. And Arctic hair. Frozen hair. Excited to see it sometime, yeah. Let's just hope I don't, like, lose my job or anything. Because that'll make it take even longer to happen. Because they don't exist, people want to see them and go to a lot of effort making them. That's why those occult movies just make me laugh. If I were forced to choose, I'd say rather than demons and monsters. This year's earnings, Call and Angry Wives, are 100 million times scary. I think there's other reasons to not want you to lose a job. True. Now, who needs to eat when a model is on the road? Exactly. I'll go further, okay? From my point of view, getting scared is a recreational emotion. Something for people who've got room to relax, both in their hearts and their lifestyles. They had so much free time they didn't know what to do with it, so in order to entertain their minds with unusual emotions, people started creating a culture with demons and the occult and stuff. Is that why I like playing horror games? It's a nice recreational activity. Seriously, why have I been acting so damn thick-headed? Phone bad, hate wife. I was totally taken in. Don't try to mess with me. This is the human world. Ooh, what is this music? I don't give a damn about witches, demons, magic circles, and sacrifices. The human who killed Dad and everyone else is still on this island. Ooh. I'm liking this beat. On the road? Why is Elio in the streets? That's all there is to it, right? Next person who started speaking to my heart was Kirie. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, I'm liking this beat. This beginning sounds like a Lisa song. It kinda did, huh? You see, in both chess and shogi, when you reach the very, very last stage of the game and get closer and closer to cornering your opponent, the number of optimal moves you could possibly make gets smaller and smaller. Based magic deny your battler. Therefore, if you're backing someone against the wall, or if someone's doing the same to you, both players' moves become infinitely easier to read. This song is cool, yeah, it's nice. In other words, when you're completely cornered and you think you have no moves left, this is the moment when it's easiest to read your opponent. However, when a person is forced into a defensive position, they can't help but lose their ability to think clearly, so they aren't able to get their minds around their opponent's moves. This makes me think of a song in Apollo Justice. Oh? Cornered. Nice Ace Attorney reference. That's when you spin the chessboard around. Is he really gonna beat this with facts and logic? I think he is. Maybe. With all my strength, I slapped my face with both hands. A defensive position. Again, nice Ace Attorney reference. Now my eyes are truly open. Spin the chessboard around. Yeah, we get it. It's time to tip the scales. When you don't understand anything, and you're completely cornered, just like I am now, isn't that the perfect time to spin the chessboard around? While on the defensive, we can't even guess at the culprit's scheme. If we spin it around and look at it that way, just what might we see? First off, at the time the culprit committed the murders, they knew the island was being cut off by the typhoon. Therefore, they should have understood that even if they carried out the murders, they wouldn't be able to get away early the next morning. In short, the culprit had begun without securing a way to escape. Furthermore, that bastard tossed the corpses in the storehouse. Then was even kind enough to say, "Here they are," with that weird bit of graffiti. In other words, since we'd probably find the corpses sooner or later, they wanted to show them to us. If we'd all been dim and hadn't noticed the storage shed, the culprit's goal would not have been achieved, would it? You think about it this way, bastard of a culprit. Since this morning, they must have been watching our every move with bated breath. After all, if we hadn't been so kind as to discover what was on the storehouse, all of that hard work and preparation they did last night would have just gone poof. What did the culprit want to make us feel by showing us the corpses in the storehouse? All 6 of the bodies had their faces noticeably destroyed. Was it a grudge? A warning? The defacements of the bodies had occurred after death, so it hadn't been the means by which the culprit had killed. Yeah, so they had a goal with that. But why would they want to obscure the faces? It didn't mean anything to those who had been killed. It did have meaning to those who found the bodies. The culprit wanted to make it appear that they had been killed so brutally that maybe they weren't. After thinking this way, I really want to tell that bastard to stop taking me so lightly. Or just dance to that tune. If you're told please be scared, you can't just say really, sure thing. Why did Maria know about the circle again? Because she's into the occult. When someone tells the great Ushidomiya battler the entrance is right here, I'm the kind of guy who will start wanting to sneak in through the window. Only the beginning of phrases getting repeated constantly, LMAO. The next thing that had me concerned was that so-called magic circle on the shutter. The meaning of the circle and the letters. I forgot what the meaning of the circle and letters was, but I think it was like angels was written on it. As Maria, who had shown that her knowledge of the occult rivaled grandfather's, had recognized, that magic circle is genuine. They must have drawn that thing in pitch black darkness, taking a lot of time and holding an umbrella in one hand. Is it really Maria? Maria is an occult fanatic. She really likes witches. Is he really thinking it's Maria? Isn't that amount of hard work and perfectionism impressive? Yeah, would you be able to reach the top of the circle? I don't know. What purpose would have been worth all of that effort? Well, it's Def Maria. If we were looking for a fan of the occult in this mansion, most likely all of us would naturally suspect grandfather. Did they want to make us think grandfather was involved? I think it's the grandfather. But if that's all they wanted, they could have just drawn any old scribble that looked like a magic circle. Yeah, it's too intricate. Like, they have to have knowledge. Maria too short. She's got a step ladder. It wasn't like any of us amateurs would be able to tell the difference between genuine and fake. However, this magic circle is genuine, and furthermore, it had even been written in Hebrew. When you don't know what to do, you spin the chessboard. I would make a gif of a spinning chessboard, but I don't know how. They accused Maria. Vindicated. Vindicated. I told you so. You all thought I was insane. I said they'd say Maria is sus, and y'all thought I was insane. Yeah, congratulations on suspecting the child. Congratulations on accusing a child of murder. Really good job, Twy. I hope Maria isn't, just so I can laugh at you. But it's sounding like it's Maria. So this magic circle had a message. Damn, have I been played? That could only be understood by someone with knowledge of the occult. The message is a form of communication. By sending it, they were hoping for a reaction. The child could totally take on 6 adults by herself. Yep. Well, it's sounding like they weren't killed in the brutal way that we found them. So they could have, like... I still trying to imagine Maria killing them sounds a bit unlikely in my head. The only possibility I could think is if she injects them with something, but she'd have to get all around the house and stuff, and I don't know. I don't know if she'd be able to do that. A reaction? For some reason, we couldn't find grandfather now. No, I didn't say it was her. I said they will accuse her. Okay. I don't know how grandfather might have spotted the magic circle on the shutter, but did he choose to hide himself in reaction to that? No way a 9-year-old killed 5 people and dragged them during a typhoon alone. No, was it a trap to make us suspect that grandfather had participated? Unless it was magic, true story. Inject them with something. Sick Higurashi ref. You could read it either way. Damn, that's annoying. What kind of reaction was the culprit hoping to get out of us by putting on this occult show? Also, yeah, even if she only just drew the circle, there's no way she would be able to carry a grown adult, so she'd need to have someone help her. Somehow, that felt like the culprit's weak point. Oh, she's not even 9, she's 6. Yeah, Jesus. The letter from Beatrice that Maria had read aloud during last night's dinner sprang back into my mind. All she had to do was lure them in one place and use a bomb. Not gonna lie. Where could she get a bomb? This was a freak who'd asked us to enjoy a battle of wits. She's 6? Oh wait, no, you mean... Oh, 6 people are dead, not 5. Oh, okay. Okay, so she is 9. About to get mad at the mom again. Isn't that interesting? This is a battle of wits between us and the witch. Will we be sucked up by her occult game first? Grandpa was from the war. Where else, Elio? Get mad at the mom anyway. She deserves it. Yeah, fuck Rosa. She's dead still. Fuck her. I hope she gets killed a second time. Or will we pull off her fake skin first? There's a whole day until the typhoon passes. Most people rejected his message. They will accuse Maria at some point. Shut up. They hated Twi because he told them the truth. Why not enjoy yourselves? Alright. I finally noticed that the inside of the parlor had gone quiet again. Everyone had sunk into their favorite sofas, some deep in thought. Some irritated, some acting depressed. Honestly, it's not that hard to do the magic circle ASAP if you undisclosed information, though it is a good point to question who else could have known the magic circle. Okay, so the game is bringing up that it's possibly Maria or the dad, but my other thought is it could be Kraus, Natsuhi, or Jessica, even though Kraus is dead, so I'm just gonna strike Kraus off that suspicion list. And now I'm gonna go into why I think Natsuhi and Jessica might be on the list. Because they've lived in this house with the grandfather. So they could have gotten access to like occult books before. I want to believe Jessica didn't, but at the same time, I want to believe Natsuhi didn't kill her. But at the same time, like the thing that keeps me from suspecting either Natsuhi or Jessica is the fact that Kraus is dead. But there is the whole thing of Natsuhi being told by the grandfather, like as long as you have like the heart of the golden eagle and stuff. So maybe this was part of a way of Natsuhi kind of freeing herself or something. I'm not sure. I'm like stuck on who I think is the murderer in this case, other than it's definitely Beatrice. Seeing that the person who made Higurashi made this, I bet we will get to see Rosa die twice or more. Fantastic news! Magic! Well, he definitely could have killed them all, drew a magic circle in blood, manged their faces, killed himself, and then used magic to necromantically mangle his own dead face. Yeah, it was Beatrice, obviously. Let me see, what is this? They hated Twi. Wow, Leonix. Anyway. Maria was once again enjoying the TV as if she'd never left it. She's loving Higurashi. It looked like she found the commercials more fun than the boring program, and she happily yelled, "Ew," and giggled. Hold on. We were on new images last time, so we are on original today. I stared at each person's appearance in turn. If there isn't a 19th person, the culprit must be in this room. Ooh, time! Ava is suspicious. Jessica, kind of, yeah. I don't know about the doctor. The doctor is another possibility. Because the doctor has been friends with the grandfather for a long time as well, so he could have gotten access to information on black magic too. Right now, Aunt Natsuhi is searching the mansion with the servants, right? Then we shouldn't say in this room. Why is Maria among the accused? Because she is. I mean, Twi already is down to accuse her. And this mansion is where the culprit has to be. After all, it's possible Aunt Natsuhi was behind this. We still can't deny that one of the servants might be the killer. Again, I don't think she's the culprit. Now you're calling me a joke? I see how it is. Anyone could be guilty. I'm saying she will be a suspect / red herring. It's just baffling. Still, Aunt Natsuhi and the rest sure are taking their time. Of course, it's not a small mansion, but isn't this taking a little too long just to walk around checking the windows and doors? Just as I was thinking this, Aunt Natsuhi and the rest returned. Not one of them was missing, but our relief was short-lived. Everyone looked at Aunt Natsuhi and saw— Oh! The talk I'd had with Aunt Ava started to creep back into my mind. The possibility that the culprits had enough in numbers of weapons to kill all of those 6 at once. She's got a gun! Forgive me if I've startled you. Oh, is Grandpa dead? I brought this to be prepared for the worst. Gun. Damn. Okay. Alright, Natsuhi. I was suspecting you. Already, kind of. You have access to the information if you truly wanted to look for it. So, we found out what probs blew those faces up, yep. After all, that thing in Natsuhi's hand was a rifle. At a glance, its silhouette looked a lot like a hunting gun. But it was unusually short, and kinda looked like a kid-sized weapon. As a neutral, Natsuhi wields a gun. However, it had a weightiness to it that made it clear it was no kid's toy. That gun is Kizo-san's, isn't it? Did you know about it? Kid size, so the size of Maria's hand? That's right. I remembered it was in Father's old collection and I managed to find it. What other things did you find in Father's old collection that you managed to find? Natsu? Short barrel rifle. Whoa. Awesome. Ah yes, a child-sized gun. Natsuhi-san, is that thing real? Yes, it's real. will fuck up your shoulder? Oh, from like the recoil? It can fire live ammunition. Long ago, Father used it to scare away wild birds. Don't make her expose her dad's collection. His girly magazines. Ah, that takes me back. Where did you find that thing? Maybe a wrist too? Yeah. No matter how much I asked him to let me touch it, he never let me lay even one finger on it. I like how Battler is just like, a gun? Pog! Oh! Grandfather had one of those? Blech. Grandfather had one of these? I didn't know that. Long ago, Grandfather was really addicted to cowboy films. Well, obviously, he's a Westaboo. Why, what was in your father's collection? The girly magazines. That generation really liked this kind of rifle. Ah yes, his Beatrice bench. Pinchine? Oh, get these. Is that a Winchester? But I've never seen one that short before. Barrel helps with the recoil, so no barrel? You better have good posture. Okay, so Natsuhi's probably gonna get fucked up at some point. I remember it's that gun. That really takes me back. Kinzo Westaboo Ushidomiya strikes again. That's the one Steve McQueen fired off and wanted alive or dead. Looks like he went through a cowboy phase before he switched to the fantasy genre. I want to see the old man wearing like a cowboy hat. Our father sure has good taste. No way that Westaboo really got a cowboy repeater. Winchester too. I thought it was a regular hunting rifle. It is an item the master ordered specially from America long ago. As you can see, it is a working gun, so please don't tell anyone about this. He was quite fond of it right after he managed to acquire it. Kinzo, I wanna be a cowboy, baby. It seems the workings that ejected the cartridges were more interesting to him than shooting it. He played around with it back in the forest all the time. Still, it's rather disturbing. Are you sure you should be dragging this out? Oh yeah, you can't own fire guns in Japan, right? I believe so, yeah. You can't have guns in Japan. This is to prepare for the worst. Rich people, derogatory. There's probably more than one offender involved. Furthermore, those horrible people killed 6 of us, including my husband. I have a responsibility to protect everyone until tomorrow in my husband's place. As Natsuhi-san said this, she slumped down into one of the sofas and took a deep breath. She had been trying to find Grandfather, as well as check the doors and windows. Since Grandfather wasn't with her, she probably still didn't know where he was. I carefully checked all of the doors and windows throughout the mansion. However, we must be prepared for anything. Everyone, I think it would be best if we all remained here. Oh, good point. With everyone gathered here, then we can all feel more secure by keeping an eye on each other. What do you mean by that, Ava-san? Also, Natsuhi can just unload her rounds and kill us all at once. Nothing really. I'm just agreeing with your opinion, aren't I? There was a stormy atmosphere between the two of them. If you think about who is the most suspicious from the inheritance problem standpoint, Aunt Ava was the obvious answer. However, there was no proof that Aunt Natsuhi was innocent. No, if you view Beatrice's letter as one of Grandfather's complicated pranks, and think of this crime as just an extension of that. There's more than enough reason to suspect even grandfather. Also, Aunt Natsuhi thought the criminal was on the outside. But Aunt Ava thought the criminal was on the inside. In short, it was the question of whether or not a 19th person exists. That same question has been repeated endlessly since last night's dinner, with the letter from the witch who called herself Beatrice. So, was the culprit among us or not? Is there an imposter? And did the witch Beatrice exist or not? If you assume that something as stupid as a witch can't exist, you're basically saying that one of these relatives here who share a common bloodline is the culprit. If that was too unpleasant, it'd be much more comfortable to simply accept the fairy tale-like character of the witch. The witch? A witch drawing a bizarre magic circle and offering human sacrifices? If I could accept that rubbish, I'd be able to trust all the people in this room. However, damn common sense got in the way. Among Us is my favorite Pokemon. Among Us? God. And we're gonna be getting a Gen 5 remake next for remakes. So we're gonna get that sweet HD Among Us. It kept repeating that witches don't exist. In that case, the culprit must be Among Us. In the middle of the seemingly endless rain, none of us could break the silence. Beatrice. Oh, nice. Beatrice talking to Maria the night before, probably. Hey Maria, did you want to play Among Us in real life? Maria would be really into Among Us. Can't believe Maria vented Among Us on the 4K Switch too. Lunch ended and the servants removed the tableware and went to the kitchen. The wind and rain neither weakened nor strengthened, and the island remained cut off from the outside world. At first, it seemed as though Natsuhi planned to stop anyone from taking a step outside the room. But when it came time to prepare lunch, she finally realized this would be impossible. However, in order to avoid having anyone alone in the kitchen, she told the 3 servants to go together. Because of that, the servants were the first ones given the right to leave the stuffy parlor, which had been packed with 11 people. Since breakfast had immediately followed that terrible incident, preventing most of us from eating much, everyone tore into their lunches in silence. I will watch the dishes so you can rest a while, Kanon-kun. Kenji-san. Do you want something to drink? I don't need anything. Kanon. I don't need anything either. You two must have been so busy, and so early in the morning. It's no wonder you're worn out. The only noise was that of Kumasawa washing the dishes, which resounded throughout the kitchen. Kenji and Kanon sat on some chairs a short distance away, their eyes lightly closed. Just as Kumasawa had said, those two had probably built up a great deal of fatigue. But that didn't mean they could let it show in front of the relatives. Avoiding that was one of their virtues. After the silence had continued for some time, Kanon opened his mouth and muttered, Shannon, why did she have to die in such a horrible way? Forget about the manner of her death. It was nothing more than bad luck. What do you mean it was... What the fuck? You're right. What the fuck do you guys mean? It was nothing more than bad luck. Excuse me? They both fell silent once more. Kanon's expression was filled with grief. Simply should have been luckier. Damn, what the fuck? To think that Shannon-chan's actually dead. Skill issue. Don't say that about Shannon. I still can't believe it. Poor thing. Looks like an accident. Seeing 6 dead bodies. Not being able to see her again feels like a lie. They all rolled a natural 1. Damn. They failed the skill check. I just wanted to see her smiling face one more time. Kumasawa spoke with her back facing them. After all, Kumasawa hadn't seen Shannon's corpse, so she had no trouble mentioning Shannon's face. When Kanan heard those words, it reminded him again of how only half of Shannon's face had been left, and his grieving expression twisted even further. Why did Beatrice-sama do that to Shannon? If she wanted a sacrifice, there are plenty of others to choose from. Why? Why? It was nothing more than bad luck. Stop saying that! If we were less lucky, you or I might have been lying out there instead of Shannon. Or it could have been someone else entirely. Everything is left to fate. Genji-sama. You said the door to Madame's room was stained with traces of something like blood, right? The same substance that was painted on the shutter? Oh? Indeed. It was an unsettling mark. Almost as though someone with blood-stained fingers had been trying to pull out the doorknob. No, scratch through the door. That sort of unpleasant mark. So, does that mean Beatrice-sama came to visit Madame's room? And tried to open the door, but couldn't? Oh! Because she had the charm? Genji thought back to the time he had seen those traces of blood on the door to Natsuhi's room. Kinzo was blathering on about everyone's about how everyone lives on Bito's roulette earlier. Give them a break. With the substance sticking to the door around the doorknob, the marks of something scratching against the door, it had definitely appeared as though someone had tried to open the door but couldn't. How did the Madame avoid being chosen as a sacrifice? Because she had the charm from Jessica! If only she had been chosen, Shannon wouldn't have had to die. Damn, okay, Canon! Just then, a loud, sharp noise came in from the hall. Both of them turned around, surprised. That's a pretty interesting chat you're having there. Ooh! Let me join in too. Before any of the servants realized it, Battler was standing in the doorway to the kitchen. Battler-sama, how rude of us. Genji-san and Kanon-kun stood up, surprised, and hastily bowed. But I didn't care about stuff like that. I was more concerned with continuing their discussion. I told them I was going to the bathroom, so they let me go. I thought I'd suffocate if I was locked up in that room any longer. I was about to come ask you guys for some water, but then I overheard something pretty interesting. Now, I'm pretty sure he came here specifically to listen in on them. You don't need to bow your heads or anything. Please, let me hear the rest. Well, that just now wasn't really... I've been listening to you for a while. Don't try to hide it now. So I'll ask directly. Who is this Beatrice? She's supposed to be a witch from a kid's story, but it doesn't look that way now. Kanan-kun averted his gaze. It was obvious he didn't want to talk about this, which only made me want to ask even more. While making an effort to smile, I grabbed the collar of his shirt. Last night, this would have been none of my business. But after this morning, everything's changed. Now that Dad and the rest have been killed, this is totally my business. I have the right to listen to this suspicious story, don't I? I glared into Kanon's eyes as he continued to avert his gaze in apparent pain. Since there was a big difference in our heights, Kanon had to stand on his toes and it looked like I heard a bit. Battler-san, please let go of him. Kanon-san isn't really hiding anything. Then you won't have any problem talking about it, right? It's only being out of the loop, you know. When I tried to further twist up his collar, Genji-san cut between us and spoke. And his expression were faint traces that he'd made up his mind to do something. Apparently, he had no intention of hiding it. Well, I can tell you about it. Let's go! Kanon only hesitated because you might have taken it badly, Battler-sama. Hesitating, huh? Not very manly of you. Oi! Whatever it is you're talking about, it's even more unpleasant having it kept a secret. Tell me about it. It's not like we have anything better to do before tomorrow comes. A slightly spooky story might be the best way to avoid getting bored. Genji-san and Kanon-kun looked at each other, and nodded as though they decided to talk. Understood. Please, ask us anything. Yeah, who the fuck is Whoa Beatrice? We will talk. Alright. Then I'll ask. Who in the world is Beatrice? All I know is that she's a witch who lives in the forest of Rokenjima. I've heard it's a story grandmother or someone invented to keep people out of the dangerous forest. Is that wrong? No, it isn't wrong. It's as you say. Beatrice is a witch who dwells in the forest of Rokenjima. Battler-sama. I don't expect you to believe this all of a sudden. But Beatrice-sama exists. Magic exists! Let's go! We gotta go tell this to Maria! She's a real person. The one who gave the master a vast amount of gold. You worked by his side for many years. Huh? Magic! It's real! Ah, come on. Is grandfather paying you to repeat everything he says? I laughed like it was a joke. But neither Genji-san nor Kanon-kun laughed. Not even Kumasawa Ba-chan, who was avoiding my eyes, blustered as she started washing the dishes. So unfortunately, I was the only one laughing. Painfully, bitterly. I see. That's why Genji-san refused to mention it. If you really mean it, of course I'd take it badly. So, you're saying that a person named Beatrice actually exists? Yes. She has been working for the master since before the mansion was built on this island. She has most likely been working for him even longer than I have. Damn. What do you know? Kirie-san's theory was off. Grandfather really did have a confidant called Beatrice. I wonder what battle buffs she gave him. Is that person on the island now? Yes. I believe that she is here. That's a vague way to say it. I guess that means you haven't seen her face today or yesterday. That is correct. It is extremely difficult to say, but, Kanon-kun once again dropped his gaze, avoiding my eyes. Ah, the Beatrice Battle Pass? Gotta get on the Beatrice Battle Bus! Come on, don't just stop there. It's like freezing an inch before the blow, right? Battler. I urged him on jokingly again. However, it looked like Kanon was still confused as to whether he should speak or not. Then, Kumasawa Ba-chan whispered. You cannot see her face, because Beatrice-sama has no form. Beatrice-sama, huh? She has no... What did you say? Beatrice-sama has no body. Therefore, unless Beatrice-sama wishes it, common people like us are not able to see her form. I have heard that the portrait shows what Beatrice-sama looked like back when she had a human form. It seems he yearned for that figure so much he would often stand in front of the portrait. Beatrice-sama sometimes shows herself by changing her form into glittering butterflies. Oh, and we saw the butterflies before when Shannon was walking around. You can't see her because she has no form. Source, bro, trust me. On the rare occasion that you spot them somewhere in the mansion, there's a rule that you absolutely mustn't chase after them. Yeah, Shannon really was unlucky then. Damn. It is whispered that you will meet with disaster if you do. In fact, there was a servant who broke that rule and quit because of a great injury. Wait a sec, are you kidding me? Are you all serious about this? Battler-sama, Beatrice-sama has already arrived. Such language may be unwise. Beatrice-sama does not like it when she is profaned. If you doubt her existence, you will surely meet with disaster. Battler-san, you probably find this topic unpleasant. But do you know what? Beatrice-sama does exist. Okay, magic is real, let's go! She exists. Beatrice-sama hates people who doubt that. Can't you tell, Battler-sama? Beatrice-sama has already arrived here. Come on, quit it! I'm weak against that stuff. Enough with the cheap threats. However, there was no trace of a joke in the eyes of the three servants. On the surface, I laughed and tried to look unconcerned, but I was quickly starting to sober up. Their eyes were also sobering up fast. Battler-san, I beg that you stop profaning Beatrice-sama. Please, trust me. Kumasawa-ba-chan, who was usually cheerful and would always tease people, now spoke with a totally serious face. Well, even if you say she exists, I don't see anything. Are you trying to say she's standing right next to me or something? Yeah, she's filling you up right now. How's it feel to get your titties tousled? Doesn't feel good, huh, Battler? Maybe you should think twice before you say that about your cousin next time. We're joking around. Elio. Maria? Oh, thank you for the hydrate. I am out of water, so I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. See, the first two Umineko VODs. I know what he's referencing. It's now confirmed Maria is Beatrice with that witch cackle. No fucking way. That doesn't mean I'm happy about it. What is going on? What have I returned to? Ghost stories. Let me hydrate. Well, you see, Umineko is very dated, and at the time, yabai jokes were taken as jokes and not yikes. Yeah, if Battler is gonna joke about, like, feeling up his cousins, then that's not good. For a moment, I thought I returned to Maria confessing how she killed all of the adults. Just then, that unnerving laugh suddenly filled the kitchen. Hi, Maria! When I turned around, Maria was standing there by the entrance. But her expression and the feeling about her presence, felt exactly the same as the servants. Let me see, is this the really crazy looking one with the new image? Yes, it is. Very nice. That's beyond yabai jokes. That's more yabai actions, because yabai jokes are still happening. Example, Elio. Boy. Whether your wavelength matches or not is determined at birth. Battler, you were born with a mismatched wavelength. That's why you can't see her. That's why you can't meet with her. And that's why you can't talk to her. Yeah, why are you here, Maria? You're the type Beatrice hates the most. Okay, so she's into me. Got it. Maria laughed like it was funny, but it sounded extremely eerie. It was almost like she was laughing at me because I alone didn't understand. I like that the new sprite is like a quarter the size. Yeah, it makes her look more like a kid than like the original because like when you compare her with like the other characters, she looks like around the same height as them in the original. But in the new one, you can tell that she's shorter than everyone. Do you want to know about Beatrice? Damn, what a way to move the goalpost, Maria. Beatrice is a 1,000-year-old witch. Kids are usually more susceptible to magic. With all of the demons at her command, she can harness the power of alchemy to create the Philosopher's Stone and a vast quantity of gold. Ayo. Well, Sophie needs to see her. Grandfather built up all the vast wealth of the Yoshida-Miya family by making a contract with her. Yesterday, I read Beatrice's letter, didn't I? That was real. Well, I guess it's pointless for me to try and force you to believe. After all, it looks like you were born without a trace of the sixth sense. What are you talking about? I had no idea this was a child. Yeah, she's like 9, I think? Witches. Demons. It's 2006. We gotta dance to the Hari Hari Yukai. Who told you about that? I heard it from Beatrice herself. Maria kept doing that unpleasant laugh. However, the servants who watched over this didn't even blink. She heard it from the witch in the portrait adorning the entrance hall. Maria kept on laughing in a weird voice as though this was nothing more or less than the truth. Maria, it might be rude to ask, but I'll ask one more time, okay? Who gave you that letter yesterday? Last few episodes were old sprites? No, last one was new sprites, the alternates, yeah. I got it from Beatrice. How many times must I tell you before you understand? You don't get it, do you? You can't see it. You can't believe it, can you? So I remember this one art one of the Umineko manga artists did? Let me see. Hey yo! Full Metal Alchemist and Beatrice. Freaking Edward and Beatrice. Sick. Damn, that looks really cool. Just then, Maria's laughter suddenly stopped. Though he may forget to switch at the start of stream, yeah. How many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old man? Battler was offended at being called old man. Hey, I'm only like... How old is Battler? Like 16 or 18? I don't remember.
Battler, you still don't understand? Beatrice-sama exists.
She exists, you say, but where?
Well, like I said, Beatrice-sama exists here.
Full Metal Beatrice. 18, I think? Really? I thought they were early 20s. Maybe. Something like that. I know, like, George is already an adult, and I think he's the oldest of the kids. And I think just... Well, other than Maria, I think Jessica is like a year or so younger? No, Battler and Jessica are still in high school. Oh, okay. That's right. Now that I think about it, I've been feeling for a while now that the servant's eyes haven't been pointed in quite the right direction. Beatrice is right behind you, bro! I figured they were just staring absent-mindedly, but that wasn't the case. The four here, Genji-san, Kanon-kun, Kumasawa-san, and Maria. Everyone except me was looking at a spot right behind me. Beatrice, watch out, bro! She's right behind you! Now that was just my guess from seeing them. Otherwise, Battler wouldn't have needed to move back in with his dad. Not down, Jackie. I meant my impressions from seeing them, yeah. So he's gotta still be like a minor if he had to move back in with his dad. I'd say he's probably like 17 or so. Holding my breath tightly, I slowly looked over my shoulder. Like, he's still young enough that he has to move back in with his dad, but like old enough to where he's almost an adult. I'm just saying, since the story wouldn't have made much sense if Battler was still considered an adult. Lol, yeah. I mean, he could just not live with his dad if he was an adult. Of course, there wasn't anyone there. I've known that the whole time. However, everyone in the room except me was focusing on that point as if there was someone there.
Beatrice is the mighty golden witch who has lived for 1,000 years. But since she can't show her form to humans at the wrong wavelength, she can't talk to them. Your vibes are abhorrent, Battler. And you know what? That's really sad. It means she truly despises it when people like you, who were born without a fragment of the ability needed to sense magic, denies that she exists.
Damn.
You're lucky, Battler. Good thing I gave you that charm yesterday, right?
Yeah, I had a feeling it was the charm that was preventing people from dying. So I was right.
Don't you realize what kind of curse Beatrice would have put on you by now if you hadn't been carrying it around?
Damn, we failed the vibe check.
You really are lucky, Battler.
Oh, that scorpion keychain. I thought that was just some cheap gift or something, but are you saying it really had some power?
If it weren't for that, you'd be lying in that storehouse as a sacrifice with your face crushed by now.
Timeline where Battler was an adult by the time this happened, and he just hears the news of the aftermath like, what the fuck, I dodged a bullet. Damn, good thing I didn't go to the Yoshida Miya family meeting.
You're so lucky, Battler.
I see. So if it weren't for that, I'd have been killed by now.
Battler, why don't you believe in Beatrice? Even though she exists. Right now, over there, look! Hey, I'll bet you wanna believe it now. Believe it. And thank me for giving you that charm. If it weren't for that, you'd be in the storehouse right now. But then, maybe you would have saved someone else in exchange, right?
Believe it. Okay, Naruto. I like how Battler and Maria are going full-on antagonistic with each other now. Maria be like, you failed the vibe check, Battler. You know what that means? Your ass is grass, for real, no cap. My girl Beatrice is gonna grow boss all over your ass, no cap. Right then, I burst into laughter. Playing witches had been pretty fun up until a second ago, but unfortunately, that last one seemed to be too much for me to gloss over. Then it's all useless, isn't it, Maria? If that's true, then I'm sorry, but it's all useless. When Maria saw me suddenly start laughing, she stopped. Even though she didn't understand what I was laughing at, she realized it wouldn't be pleasant for her. I thought it might hurt you, so I didn't say it earlier, but... Well, I thought I'd put that charm you gave me in my pocket. But I must have dropped it somewhere. Hey, let's go. I had a feeling that he didn't have it. That he got rid of it, or something. Like, they had all these nice moments with each other. Battler tried to stop her from getting beat. They looked for her in the rain, and now they're like, you're gonna die. So the charm can't be the only reason I'm alive now. Even though I should have been cursed by the witch, I'm perfectly fine. Beatrice must have the hots for me. Sorry, but I don't believe in things I don't see with my own eyes. 6 senses? Wavelengths? Magic sensitivity? This isn't Fate Grand Order. Sorry, but I don't believe in fake stuff like that. When I hear the girls in class start talking about how good or bad their ability to sense the supernatural is, it pisses me off. I don't know how much Grandfather is paying you, but if you're trying to talk me into joining some cult, believe me, you won't be able to do it that easily. Battler-sama. You guys are free to believe whatever you want. However, when it comes to things I believe, the one who decides is always me. Battler is pissed at the girls in his class. Oh god, please tell me he's not an incel. I think he just gets pissed off when girls start talking about horoscopes. They'd be like, oh yeah, of course you're a Leo, Battler. What the fuck do you mean? Is Battler a Leo? Sorry, but I can't believe in something as shady as Beatrice until I've seen her with my own eyes. Protagonists and things tend to be a Leo. But I might be wrong. That might not be his birthday. Hold on. I'm gonna look it up. Battler Oshionia birthday. Oh! Shit! His birthday was 2 days ago. Okay, he's Cancer. I think. Is that the Cancer or Gemini? I forget the cutoff point, but I think it's Cancer. I spoke forcefully and sharply. Then Maria started cackling again. Same as Ichigo and Deku. Yeah, I mentioned it on Discord earlier. Yeah, freaking Keiichi was born on Homestuck Day.
Well, that's just fine, isn't it?
Dang it, we must celebrate. Wait, is his birthday the same birthday as... Hold on. Because I know Hisayo's birthday was recent. Oh no, his birthday's July 13th. Okay. Damn.
Eventually, even people like you with totally mismatched wavelengths will be able to see Beatrice. Very soon she will revive.
I thought you just missed the messages, but you did mention Homestuck Day, yeah.
Beatrice will revive. Once that happens, she's promised to talk with me and play with me a lot. There'll be absolutely no need for you to doubt or for us to force you to believe. She'll appear very soon.
Okay, we'll let her appear. I want to see if she's got a rockin' hot bod. I mean, I already know she does, because I've seen art of her, but still. After a meal, some people tend to head to the bathroom, while others prefer to relax for a bit. It seemed that several people had left the parlor, just like I did when I went to the kitchen to drink some water. In the end, Aunt Natsuhi reluctantly retracted her order that everyone remain packed into the parlor. On the condition that no one headed out on their own or strayed too far. Someone's gonna die. In any case, if 11 people are shut up in the same room starting early in the morning, the air will start to stagnate. Also, quite some time had passed, so everyone was starting to recover from the shock of that morning, and their sense of danger might have been weakening too. However, it was a certain fact that 6 people had been killed inside this mansion. So, no one was completely negligent. So, whenever they went out into the hallway for a breath of fresh air, trying to act tough, they would quickly get scared of standing there, isolated, and would eventually return to the parlor. I guess it's like the north wind and the sun. If you force someone to say shut in, they'll resist, but if you tell them to do whatever they want, they'll come back obediently. People really do not like doing what they're told. When the servants finished cleaning up from the meal, they returned obediently to the parlor, just as Aunt Natsuhi had told them to, and sat on a sofa near the entrance, patiently awaiting orders. I love Kumasawa's face. Maria, almost as though she had suddenly finished playing witches, had returned to the pure Maria I knew well, saying, ugh. What in the world happened back there? I hadn't felt even an atom of the presence of this person called Beatrice, who was supposedly standing behind me, invisible. However, it felt like I glimpsed a little of that presence inside Maria. Uh-oh. Yeah, my bitrate is in the red. Shit. Okay. Well. Yeah. Shit. This is like a terrible time to have to end the stream, but it doesn't look like it's getting any better. Oh, it went to yellow and it went to green. Okay. Now it's back to yellow. Now it's back to red. Ugh. Shit. Ugh. Okay. Yeah. It's not getting any better. Ugh. Let me see. I tried closing out and that, but I don't think that impacts my Wi-Fi. It feels like a Wi-Fi issue. Let me see. Okay. I might have to end here. Okay. Well then, sorry for cutting off at this weird moment, YouTube, but yeah, we're having some internet issues, so I guess I'll cut off here for the night. But yeah, sorry about that. Hopefully next time I won't be having those issues. Yeah, I keep seeing it go back and then not. Okay.